Hey everybody, this is Joe. Thank you for watching my Giga Texas construction update video.
Well, welcome to August. Can you believe it? It's already the 1st of August 2022 and another great day here at Giga Texas with a lot to see. For the intro, I'm going to focus on three main areas that I would like to highlight. One is that east entrance with all the glass continues to progress. Almost all of the upper deck glass is in, and now crews are preparing to work on the door frames and the door installation, which is kind of cool to see. The second thing I want to show you is just to the north of the factory, right next to the power lines, the pit that they have, the electrical conduit that connects to the northeast corner of the casting machine structure is getting a lot of activity today. There's some vaults which provide access to do maintenance after the installation is complete. That's being installed. Workers are working on the vaults themselves and preparing to encase them with concrete. Why is this important? I believe that this is the conduit that connects the factory and the solar panels to the future Megapack and future permanent electrical substation. So it's really neat to see a lot of activity there. Not a lot of activity at the substation construction site yet because they're still waiting for permits, but working on the conduit is a great indication. And the last area I want to talk about today is back at the battery cathode plant. We just see crews continuing to work on the ground floor and the west side, installing electrical conduit and plumbing all throughout the south end of the building. In addition to that, there's areas that the crews are preparing the floor section kind of in the middle of the building with rebar sections and rebar cages necessary to pour the concrete. So probably this week we'll see more concrete in the upper second and third floors further to the north than the area that's already been covered. So anyway, those are three areas for the intro, a lot more in the video. So make sure you watch all of that. Again, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate that, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.
A special thank you to all of my outstanding Patreons for your continued encouragement and support. Patreon members get access to hundreds of high-resolution photos, previews of the future material, and direct dialogue with me. If you would like to support my channel, please consider becoming a patron using this link, which is also in the video description. Please also consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons, as this helps as well. Thank you. My drones are ready and raring to go. Let's go flying over Giga Texas. We start off on the southeast side of Giga Texas today, approaching the north bank area where the directional drilling and the pipe pull operations are underway. And one of the things I want to show you here as we bring the drone down a little bit closer is you can see this sort of sectioned off area with this orange fencing, and it looks like this is a new area, and it may be related to the pulling of the large purple treated water pipe on the south bank of the river up to this particular area. And it's possible that what this is indicating is that the pipe is near to arrive to this particular area and emerge out of the bore. So continue to monitor this particular area, but we may see the pipe emerging here pretty soon. So as we fly in from the east heading to the west over this new parking lot area, we're still waiting for the asphalt to be poured. But as you can see here, the bases, the concrete bases for the light poles, all of the charging stations, all the trenching, all of that is completed, and we're just waiting for the paving work to commence. As we approach the east entrance, we can see there's some sort of trenching going on right by the road area. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but could be for some more utilities. But looking at the east entrance itself, you can see all of the upper glass is now installed, all of those large SEDEC glass panels. All the concrete work is done, and now the crews are working on the doors, and that will complete this particular area, which is great to see. So I'm going to pan the drone to the south along this part of the building and show you the cargo loading areas. This is for the body in white. Body in white is where they take the stampings from the southeast corner of the building and the castings from the northeast corner of the building and put them together to make the basic shell of the Model Y right now. But also, as you can see, this new loading dock area continues its work. It looks like just that one area of plumbing, and it also looks like gravel aggregate has been laid down, which is a great sign. And you can see those 3 new cargo doors that have been cut into the wall. There may be some more of those installed at the near future. But as we continue down towards the south, you can see on the left-hand side, a lot of the aggregate has been spread out on that clearing right underneath the parking area, and this is becoming yet another staging area for equipment. And as we continue to fly towards the transport and parking area for all of the new vehicles, you can see how the Model Ys are arranged kind of all over the place, and there's another cargo carrier preparing and actually picking up vehicles right now, and also some other interesting things to see with that south material storage area, the platform on the left of the screen as well. But as I continue to move the drone to look more towards the west, we can see progress on this car carrier. It's already got 4 cars loaded up. And I'm going to move the drone in this direction here, watch the driver prepare and move to get another vehicle, and we'll see the initial stages of bringing a car and loading it up onto this particular trailer. Normally we see about 6 vehicles on each trailer, and it looks like this is one of the last ones to get on this particular trailer. And anyway, so that's how that operation goes, and it's going on constantly here at Giga Texas now. But I'm going to give you a closer look at the material storage area on the south end. And more materials continue to be delivered here, especially steel parts daily, and then they're either fabricated or modified and then moved to other locations around the site. But here is another look at the cars that are currently staged for transportation, and others on the background where they're waiting for either final checkouts, maybe final assembly, or some other testing, or maybe VIN assigning before they're moved over for the shipping. And this is the stamping extension area. Still continues to have a lot of materials brought in. That shipping container is most likely more crates that will be moved into that section. And you can see the work on that platform. And here we're looking at that supercharger station right now. It's always active, always busy with Model Ys. And then this new one with the 20 superchargers. It looks like the crews are doing the final checkouts before they commission this set of superchargers for operation. So again, hopefully in the next day or two, this will be operational, and then we'll see what Tesla does with all the new Model Ys in this particular area. I'm going to fly south to north on the west side of the building just to help give you an idea of the action here. If you look on the left of the screen, you see the temporary sprinkler systems are in operation. And then here you can see that steel ramp area and all of these vehicles bringing production parts in the expansion of General Assembly Lines 2 and 3 in this section of the building. We can also see it looks like the main entrance is sort of roped off right now. It looks like crews are preparing to do some sort of work over or in that general area, which is why it's cordoned off. So curious to see what they will be adding to that particular area. But we're going to continue to fly to the north along this side of the building. And as you can see, the sun is just at the angle where I need to bring the drone down a little bit more so I can kind of use the building to block it to keep the view pretty good. So sorry about all the glare. But as we approach this particular area, again, this is where I've speculated that these trucks may be bringing the 2170 cells that are used for the current production of the Model Ys while the 4680s ramp. This area here, this cargo area, is part of the battery cell area as well. You can see those kind of yellow tracks on the inside, and that helps guide in some of the vehicles that bring components to this particular area. So it's a lot of activity there, and it's good to see as well. So I'm going to go ahead and continue up to the northwest corner, and again, because of the sun angle, I'm going to do a 360-degree turn, heading first towards the east to kind of point the drone away from the sun and give you a good view of the irrigation system and landscaping that is ongoing on this section of the building. Crews have been very busy with installing the irrigation system on this side of the berm and also doing some more landscaping, particularly adding a bunch of sod or grass. The other thing I want to point out is on the north side of the cyber berm, you can just see here now, and I'll get a little bit closer view in a couple of seconds, but they were trenching on the north side of this berm the last video, and they were installing some gray piping. And at first I thought it might be related to the irrigation system, but instead it's actually for lighting. So we should see some sort of lighting being installed here, and you can see those pipes sticking out of the ground where they've added that. But this area here will be lit up, and I'm kind of curious to see how that will look in a future early morning flight. So as we approach the northwest corner here where the HVAC ducting is being installed, we can see that 1/3 of that one enclosure is still waiting for completion, and it looks like crews may be beginning another enclosure. I also want to show you the solar panel installation that is going on in this expanded area just to the south of the bottom part of the T. Hopefully this close-in view gives you an idea of how the solar panels themselves are installed onto the racking system, how the racking system is held down with the bricks, and also the electrical connections that they are doing for the solar panel system. Now, I've had viewers ask if the solar panel systems are operational yet, and I think the answer is no. I'm not 100% sure, but the reason why is that the crews are now beginning work to expand the electrical conduit that will eventually connect the solar panels and the building to the new electrical substation and Megapack. So I'm flying the drone along this path. The underground conduit goes from that northeast corner of the casting machine structure under the parking lot, under the road, and then it connects to the left of this screen as I pan the drone, and you can see where the electrical conduit has been installed. And crews have recently resumed work in this particular area, installing these 2 concrete vaults, which will be an area for access in the future for maintenance and repairs of the conduit. But right now they're also preparing to encase that conduit in concrete, and then they will continue to extend that conduit further to the north to connect to the Megapack and the new electrical substation. So as I continue to bring the drone back and get an overall view of where those conduits are at present, you can see coming under the drone on the right-hand side of the screen, this sort of triangular area where they've been working on the dirt fill and grade. This area here will be where the Megapack is installed under and near the power lines. And then on the left-hand side of the screen coming into view is where the new electrical substation will be installed. And currently, not a lot of work, and that's because they're still waiting for the final permits to begin this next phase of construction. So we'll continue to monitor this, but in the interim, it looks like they've moved the priority to getting that conduit and the vaults installed and prepare them to connect once construction up at this particular area can begin. And finally, this is some of the components that are needed for the new electrical substation. You can also see these trailers. The subcontractor is Sabre Company, and they're the same company that installed the temporary electrical substation that has been powering Giga Texas along this entire time. So now as we fly towards the northeast, we'll fly over the Martin Marietta plant, and you'll see this very large mound of material. This is still more material that's being reclaimed from where it was temporarily stored in this area on the left of the screen where you see the pond, and they're excavating all of that, and then they're crushing it back up and reclaiming that for future concrete work. And now we can see the battery cathode plant as we arrive in this particular area of the construction site. So we'll take a look at some of the activity that is going on. You can see on the north end, again, it looks like there may be some sort of loading ramp that they're building, at least on half of that. The large crane is waiting for either disassembly and moving off site or for future work here, not really sure. You can see on the ground floor a lot of the preparation for utility trenching, and also some temporary stairs have been installed as well to help the crews access the upper levels. In this particular area where the floor decking is on the third and second floor, some of that rebar mesh is being prepared for installation here, and then hopefully later this week we'll see this area poured with concrete as well. On the ground floor you see those yellow forms. This is for the perimeter grade beam, basically the bases of the walls around the building, and it's continuing to move towards the north. And you can see here some of the trenching and plumbing work on the ground floor. So I'm going to change sides of the building to give you a different perspective of the utility installation from this particular side. As I maneuver the drone and coming into view at the bottom left of the screen, you'll see where electrical conduit continues to be installed, and also where plumbing has been installed for possibly an external tank farm for the production of the lithium hydroxide. And we can also see on the ground floor more trench work here. And as we continue to fly to the south, the trench work also has a lot of the plumbing pipes already installed. And this H pattern excavation here, or trenching, is where you see electrical conduit and probably where the plumbing will be installed. And this will connect this building to the rest of the main site at some point. So I hope you liked this view of the progress at the battery cathode plant. And now we're going to proceed and look at the east material storage area. And one of the things I want to point out is the number of trailers and the added new row of the angled trailers here. So the number of trailers in this yard area continues to expand and grow. And why is that important? It's because these trailers bring the production supplies and equipment necessary to build the Model Ys. And they serve as kind of mobile storage areas for Giga Texas. So more trailers indicates a possibility of more work to increase the production ramp of the Model Ys. So continue to monitor that, but I wanted to point it out for you. Also, on this southeast corner of the main parking lot, you can see that as we've suspected, paving work and repaving over this area has begun. All of the trenching, conduit, and light pole bases, that work is completed, and now they're going to repave this entire area. This will complete the eastern side of this large parking lot, and then we should see light poles installed in the next few days, or maybe the next week or so, which will be awesome to see. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this view of Giga Texas on the first day of August 2022. And one of the things that's exciting that now we're into August is we're only about 5 months for the end of the year. So a lot of the work that we'll be seeing is preparing for the general assembly lines for the Cybertruck and future products. Hopefully we'll see the Cybertruck Gigapress arrive sometime this month as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.